welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to transform this hair from an old twist out, and I had my hair in a poof for about a week, and so I'm going to do a low ponytail. So first off, I'm going to start by sectioning my hair. It makes it so much easier with doing these ponytail styles. So basically what I'm doing is putting my hair into 3 large sections, and then I will work my way through each section until I get the complete look. But just make sure you have a few clips on hand to make it easier to section your hair. Okay, so what I just did right now is section off a smaller piece so that way it's easier to detangle. And then of course I'm going to be using some Eco Style gel for each section. Before we put the Eco Style gel on, you would need to detangle each piece so that way it's easier to manage and easier to put into the ponytail. So detangle, detangle, detangle. And what I used throughout the whole process was a Demon brush or like a paddle brush. It just made it so much easier. Do you see how easy the brush is going through my hair after I detangled it? Okay, so now you're going to use some Eco Style gel now that your hair is completely detangled in that section. I can't really say how much to use. I just lathered it all over the base of my hair and just made sure it was really smooth. So basically you're just going to do the same thing through each section that you part. You can make this section as small as you want. I did mine pretty small to start with, but then as I went further up my head, I made the sections a little bigger because I was in a rush per usual. But I'm just going to keep detangling each section because I usually split it in half. It just makes it so much easier to manage, and then just do the same process. Also, as I detangled each section, I would add that section to the previous section and just brush it all together just to make sure it's as smooth as possible. You don't want any lumps. Okay, so now for the top section of my head. At this point, I thought I really wanted to do a middle part. So I was trying to get my part as straight as possible. If you guys see how I am really focusing and trying to concentrate so that way I can get a really even part. Because sometimes it can be really hard to get your part super straight, especially a middle part. Okay guys, so for this section, as I got to the top of my head, I made the part small again, so that way it's easier to detangle and brush the hair back into the ponytail. And I already had gel on my hair in the front because I had a high poof that I've been wearing, so it just added to the style and it made it a little bit easier since my hair was kind of already brushed in that back direction. Whenever I do styles like this, I always end up using a lot of gel just to make sure it's really on there and, you know, the style lasts at least 2 days without me having to reapply the gel. Okay, so do you guys see how smooth it is? Like, this is how it would look when it gets into the ponytail. And I know you can see all the white from the gel, but trust me, at the end, there will be no white. So I'm just brushing the hair down even more because I'm going to do a super low ponytail. And I just want to make sure everything will get into the ponytail and not be lumpy or bumpy, because that will not be cute. If you have sideburns like me, do not forget your sideburns. Make sure you gel them bad boys down so that way you can have that sleek look. And like, because I already had gel on my hair, like I said before, it just made it a little bit easier to gel things back. And at this point, I was really looking at my hair like, should I do a middle part or a side part? And I went with the side part. Happens sometimes. I'm just indecisive of what I want to do. I found that when doing styles like this, it's better and easier to do your part first before putting a whole bunch of gel on it. It will just save you so much time. But once you get your part the way you like it, then you can really gel everything back. And sometimes you might just need a little bit more gel to get your hair all the way to the back if your hair is not as long. So if you guys see on this part, I added more gel and then I just started brushing everything back. All right, so the next thing I'm going to use is the Got To Be glue. This will really hold your hair down because the Eco Style gel is good for doing like twist styles and like sleeking your hair back, but it won't really hold it. It's not like a hard type of gel. So if you want your hair to be really firm, well, I don't want to say firm, but if you want your hair to like really stay and hold in whatever style, get you some Got To Be glue, either the yellow bottle or the black one. And just put it all over your hair. All right, so the next thing needed is a little scrunchie. You'll need 2 of these. So you want to make sure when you tie your hair back, get it in the exact position that you want and wrap it around your hair 2 to 3 times. I just did twice because I didn't want it to be too tight. Because sometimes if it's too tight, you will have a headache, and I was trying to avoid that. Okay, so with the second scrunchie, you just want to make your hair into like a little bun. You can either braid it or wrap it around like how I did. And I didn't really care how it looked because like I knew it would be covered by the hair I was going to use. But if you're using straight hair, you might want to do it a little bit neater and tighter. Okay, so what you want to do is just take the hair that you're going to use. Mine was a wavy type of hair, and I just braided it to give it more definition. And then you want to just put a bobby pin on each end because you're going to need it when you start to wrap your hair around and when you want to close it out. So that's the bobby pin. All right, so what you want to do next is take your bobby pin that is connected to your hair, your bundles, and then place it at the top of your bun, or you can do it at the side at the bottom, but I always start at the top. It just makes it so much easier, and you want to get it as close as you can to your bun where you tied the scrunchie. And then what you're going to do, you're just going to wrap it around until you get to the end of the bundle, and then you're going to use the bobby pin to clip it inside your hair as well. After you get your bundle on, you want to just completely detangle it before you move on to the next bundle, just to make sure it's like smooth and easier to put the next one on. In this video, I just used 2 bundles, but you can use 3 depending on how full you want your hair to look. Because it's not straight hair, I just used 2. So you're just going to do the same thing all over again. You're going to put the bobby pin inside your hair as close as you can get it to your bun, and then just keep wrapping it around until you get to the end and use the other bobby pin to secure it inside your hair. All right, so once you get the last bundle on that you're going to use, you want to just take a little section of the hair. I usually pull a little piece out from the side, and you're going to just brush that piece off and then wrap it around the base of your ponytail. And the section that you're going to take, it really doesn't have to be that big. It just depends on what you want to do. And I actually did this twice. So I just wrapped it around. All right, so the final step is to take a scarf and then just tie your hair down. This really helps the gel to set in. I don't really have a time frame on how long I typically keep the scarf on for. It's usually just how long it takes me to get dressed. And then taking off the scarf is like the last step. All right, guys, that is it. So I'll see you guys in a few. At this point, I was so happy with the results, and I was so happy that I did a side part. I was really feeling myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time.